I have some real reliable intel from a friend of mine who is in Israel right now, and he's basically keeping me up to date and detail of what's going on. And so I told him to continue to keep me up to date so I can share it with everybody on my social media. So I'm going to start reading what he's writing to me, and this will be part one. So if anybody wants to listen to any further, just subscribe to my channel, follow me. So I'm going to read this. He says, "We have flown home as we have been activated to defend our homeland. Don't know if it is being reported by U.S. liberal media, but the Palestinians, Hamas, have killed over 250 Jewish babies, dismembered them, and many have their heads cut off. House after house, people were just slaughtered. This is evil. 450,000 reservists called into duty, preparing for ground assault into Gaza. Street by street is being leveled to the ground. Now Israel is bombing areas in Syria and bombing Lebanon, as Hamas is attacking Israel from these countries also. 500,000 active IDF preparing to invade Syria and Lebanon. Over 800 sorties have been leveled against Hamas alone. Iran is also being looked at to go after their senior leadership and, if necessary, dropping nuclear bombs in Israel. We Jews blame Democrats and Biden for giving Iran money, which was funneled to these radical Muslims, Hamas. Just so you know what Hamas is about, they subscribe to jihad theology, working to reclaim what they consider Palestinians' land by force or death. To all, Hezbollah is now sending rockets into northern part of Israel. So now we are fighting on at least 5 different fronts. U.S. is already sending the USS carrier Gerald Ford. America's most sophisticated carrier is in the coast with about 52 other U.S. warships. Also, we were told another U.S. carrier battleship should arrive Thursday. Several sophisticated warplanes landed this morning carrying ammunition for the Iron Dome continuation. But since Syria and Lebanon are staging areas for Hamas and Hezbollah, those countries are now involved. Also, it looks as if Iran is directly involved here. I suspect this war could go multi-global. And we have noticed suddenly that Euphrates River appears to be drying up very quickly. It has suddenly dropped by 2 or 3 feet in some areas. It's only a trickle of water moving. If anybody knows anything about Revelation and the prophecies of the Bible, then you'll know that the last days, it says that the river Euphrates is going to dry up, and as soon as it dries up, the kingdoms across from each other are going to be able to cross over, and there's going to be wars. Let's see. It says ground invasion about to be launched into Gaza street by street. Israel is leveling Gaza by bombs, missiles. In Israel, all men and women have to serve in the reserve until age 40. After that, they can still be activated till age 60. So a force of over 1 million can be mobilized in just days. Already 450,000 reservists called to action, not counting 500,000 IDF and senior male and female populations can be called up, which makes up to 1 million armed soldiers defending Israel if needed. Just with the reserve and IDF, that is over 900,000 soldiers. Netanyahu, whatever that president's name is, vowed to crush and destroy Hamas. Every Hamas member is a dead man. The IDF forces are hitting Gaza even harder this early morning. Literal whole blocks of Gaza communities where Hamas has been hiding is being literally leveled. It looks like a massive Israeli ground assault will be in the next 48 hours. Over 450,000 troops and tanks, etc., have surrounded Gaza. Evidence of bodies are revealing that Hamas had bound little boys and girls tied their hands and legs, then shot them in the head. Thousands have been burned alive and are dead. Many were raped, women raped, then tortured and shot. Hundreds of babies have been beheaded. Israel blames Biden and the American radical Democrats for funding Iran, who in turn are funding Hamas. Israel will destroy every Hamas member and erase the city of Gaza forever. This is serious. I mean, my friend, he's literally there. He's writing. He's texting me constantly, every day. This is about 3 days worth of him texting. If you guys want to keep up on this, I told him I'm going to share it with everybody. Just like I said, just follow me. Keep up. I'm going to do part 2 either tomorrow or the next day. All right. So if you have anything you want to ask, if you want to ask me anything, I'll ask him if you have any questions, and hopefully he can answer it
for you. I told you at the top that Hamas wants to turn this into a global jihad. Well, let me tell you right now what Khaled Mashal, a former Hamas leader, called for today. I'm just going to pull it right up off of my phone, and here it is. Pardon me as I look down to read it. Former Hamas, and this is from the Daily Caller, I'm quoting directly, former Hamas chief Khaled Mashal said in a recorded statement today, October 11th, that Muslims worldwide must rise up and wage jihad and sacrifice their blood and souls in mass protests this Friday, October 13th. He's calling for a global day of rage for Muslims around the world. We must head to the squares and streets of the Arab and Islamic world on Friday, said Khaled Mashal. Tribes of Jordan, he went on to say, sons of Jordan, brothers and sisters of Jordan, this is a moment of truth and the borders are close to you. You all know your responsibility, he said. So he's directly calling on the people of Jordan, Israel's eastern neighbor, which, by the way, remember, is the custodian of the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Temple Mount. He's calling on the people of Jordan to raise up, and also a global call, but he's saying, look, Jordan, you're right there. You're right on Israel's doorstep. You in particular should get involved here and attack Israel. And if he's calling for global jihad, he wants Jews and Jewish targets and Israeli targets around the world to be attacked, folks. I'm concerned about it, and that's an understatement. And he says to all scholars who teach jihad, this is a moment for the application of what you've been teaching all these years. He's calling for a global jihad against Israelis and Jews, but not only that, folks. And this brings us to the next point, Hezbollah threatening the United States. I'm highly concerned, and I'm not being sensationalistic. I'm not being an alarmist. I'm not trying to scare you.
Okay, the light. What about the United States? Anything that I need to tell the people about anything coming to the United States?
Okay, all right. What about the United States? Anything that I need to tell the people about anything coming to the United States?